Tonight, hot weather puts our region's emergency services on high alert, and Port Augusta residents urged to play their part to help keep dust at bay.
From our 7 Spencer Golf Studios, your nightly news with Ruby Kamain begins now.
Good evening. Residents across South Australia and Broken Hill have already experienced the harsh summer elements, with the region sweltering through hot conditions. The severe heat settled in early on, with temperatures nudging 40 degrees before midday.
Bracing for a hot day, residents were prepared for a scorcher. Mother Nature didn't hold back, the mercury soaring past 40 degrees by midday in Woodner.
Friday's been the middle of quite a significant heat wave. We've seen mercury climbing to the high 30s in southern Eyre Peninsula, reaching the low to mid 40s as we start to move up Spencer Golf towns.
The heat came in early on, the temperature nudging 40 in Whyalla this morning. Residents in Port Lincoln were given an escape from the heat, with a popular foreshore finally reopening this afternoon after it was forced closed yesterday due to a sewage scare. There was little reprieve across the region. It hit 37 in Streaky Bay, while Port Pirie reached a stifling 41 degrees.
Beginning of the season, we need to be vigilant from here on in.
In Port Lincoln, it reached 31 degrees, not a record breaker, but plenty other records are set to tumble over the next 24 hours. Broken Hill is bracing for 44 degrees tomorrow. That'll beat its hottest day on record of 43, set back in 2009.
Where after a hot night, we're expecting temperatures to again reach the low to mid 40s throughout the course of Saturday.
Dusty, gusty and warm weather left firefighters on tenterhooks. In a preemptive measure, total fire bans were declared for Eyre Peninsula, York Peninsula, the mid-north and lower southeast.
Fires don't just start on total fire ban days, they start on any day and then can be just as dangerous on any other day as well.
It's heating up again tomorrow. Flinders and mid-north is bracing for extreme weather, while 9 districts have also declared fire bans. Another nervous day coming up for local fire crews. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
We're not the only ones who have to deal with the extreme conditions, with our furry friends also in need of extra care during this hot spell. Pet owners are being reminded of rules which must be followed to keep their animals safe.
Helping our pets beat the heat. While we're trying to keep cool, they need our help.
A dog which doesn't sweat and cats will tend to overheat and can easily die of heat exhaustion.
Water is a must and should be in a bowl which can't be tipped over. It's not a set and forget arrangement either. We're urged to constantly check on water levels. Shelter also essential, with shade changing during the day. And be aware of any signs your pet is struggling.
Restless, panting, lethargic, fitting, they're just about anything. The thing about it is don't even get to that situation.
We're also being asked to be aware of local wildlife, which, despite their reputation, are just as vulnerable to the scorching conditions. Animal rescue groups are already dealing with an influx in heat-affected animals. These 2 juvenile magpies were taken into care in Broken Hill yesterday.
Because we've had such a lot of rain, there's a lot of food around, everything has decided to breed this year. And for birds alone, we've literally doubled the numbers since last year.
A warning for drivers too.
Reptiles are attracted to the heat, so especially in the mornings, they're going to be on the roads.
If you do spot distressed wildlife, report it to your local rescue group. And remember the golden rule, never leave an animal inside a car. Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
The hot and windy weather has prompted a health warning from Port Augusta City Council, with the conditions creating dust issues. Community members are being asked to do their part to help keep dust at bay.
As the summer weather starts to pick up, so does the dust, coating Port Augusta in a tinge of orange.
The soil types around Port Augusta are particularly prone to dust events. It's quite a fine type soil, and so with this very hot, dry weather and then followed by the wind, we're likely to get dust generated.
As well as being unsightly, City Council says it also poses a health risk.
The smaller dust events can be highly irritating for those people that have health issues and concerns, and that's why I would like to encourage everyone just to take those few extra steps that they can.
The state's peak environment body says dust management is key to preventing larger issues.
I think one of the key things if you are doing work that's going to disturb soils is to make sure you're minimising the area that is being disturbed.
Residents are being encouraged to follow dust mitigation practices to help prevent the issue from flaring up this summer.
barriers, wetting it down, and thinking about retaining as much native vegetation or vegetation in place as possible, especially during these times.
Through a few simple steps, local residents can help in the fight.
If things do start to go wrong, perhaps the first step is to go and talk to your neighbours or the person that may be causing the dust and just drawing it to your attention. If that fails, getting in contact with council and the EPA.
Katrina Musson, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
In other news, South Australia has recorded no new coronavirus cases overnight, leaving the state's total number of active cases at 36. As a result, starting from next Tuesday, some statewide restrictions will be lifted. Patron caps at licensed venues will be removed and community sport will resume. The 1 per 2 square metre rule will be introduced to outdoor areas and the 1 per 4 square metre rule will remain for indoors. Health authorities advise wearing a mask in public locations, such as busy shopping centres and hospitals. A man has been arrested for drink driving after he allegedly returned a blood alcohol reading of more than 5 times the legal limit. Just before 3:30 yesterday afternoon, Port Augusta police located a 30-year-old driver and conducted a breath test. He allegedly returned a blood alcohol reading of 0.286 and was arrested for drink driving and driving unlicensed. The man's licence was disqualified for 12 months and he has been bailed to appear in court next year. Still to come tonight, we meet the hero Pooch who saved lives from a Port Lincoln house fire, and another local event falls victim to the coronavirus pandemic. Welcome back. A man has been caught allegedly breaching cray fishing regulations after fisheries officers searched his boat on the York Peninsula. Authorities inspected a vessel on Wednesday and found multiple breaches of regulations and expired flares. Police say they also found cannabis and drug paraphernalia on the boat. The 63-year-old Mid-North resident has been issued with a raft of fines. A loyal pup has been labelled a hero after saving her owner's lives from a raging fire in Port Lincoln on Wednesday. A car stored in the shed is being blamed for sparking the blaze, which quickly engulfed the property.
It's no wonder pooches like Lily are known as man and woman's best friend.
Lily has got us really well trained.
As flames erupted in Sue's Port Lincoln shed on Wednesday, her pet pounced into action, Lily's barking alerting her owners, giving them enough time to call the firefighters.
Eventually I got up to think, what is that dog barking about? And I could just see this huge pall of black smoke and I thought, it's the shed.
Sadly, there was little they could do but escape and watch as flames ravaged their shed. Thankfully though, Lily's early actions meant it didn't spread to the adjoined house.
If Lily hadn't done that, I think the house would have gone because I wouldn't have probably got up until I smell the smoke, which, knowing me, would have been a while later.
Sue says if it wasn't for Lily's actions, things could have ended very differently. The hero pooch is taking the praise all in her stride, however, and has since been showered with plenty of treats.
She's now sleeping at the foot of our bed. That doesn't usually happen.
A car stored in the shed is being blamed for sparking the blaze. Their damage bill is estimated at $200,000. Nathan Regter, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Port Pirie's Picnic in the Park is the latest event to fall victim to coronavirus restrictions. While heartbroken by the decision to cancel the event, organisers say their attention is already turning to next year.
It was the new festival aimed at the LGBTIQ+ community, but Sunday's Picnic in the Park is the latest South Australian event to be put on the chopping block thanks to coronavirus restrictions.
2 weeks ended on the Monday or the Tuesday, so if we'd had the following weekend, it would still be on. So the Picnic in the Park that everybody's been looking forward to is not going on.
Coinciding with Adelaide's annual Feast Festival, organisers had worked tirelessly to get the show on the road.
15 to 20 community stalls, a huge range of food vendors. It was just amazing.
International icon Hans, who was headlining the event, also disappointed with the cancellation.
Really looking forward to getting back to Port Pirie, and I know the dancers and myself were, first of all, just looking forward to being able to do a show again.
Organisers already directing their attention, vowing to make next year's Picnic in the Park one to remember.
Give ourselves some good breathing space, and we will aim for a Saturday or a Sunday, we haven't finalised it yet, in November 2021.
I want to send lots and lots of love to Port Pirie and especially to everybody over there in the LGBTIQ+ community.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Telstra says the number of call dropouts in the Port Augusta region should now be resolved. The network was recently undergoing upgrade works in Tassie Street and Stirling North, which have now been completed. Telstra's Regional General Manager has apologised for any inconvenience.
We thank everyone for their patience. We apologise profusely for the interruptions, and we look forward to a faster and higher performing mobile network in the future.
Customers who were impacted during the upgrade should no longer have service issues. Port Augusta's giving trees have popped up around the city, providing locals the opportunity to give back this Christmas. The council initiative is aiming to help those who need it most during the festive period.
Giving the gift of joy this Christmas. With many unable to afford a present, these Port Augusta giving trees are aimed at changing that.
What better way than doing that and bringing the joy of Christmas back to the community by having a giving tree at various locations around and getting some items to come in and give to those who are a little bit less fortunate.
The City Council initiative helping spread Christmas cheer.
We're just looking for people to donate some unwrapped some toys and some other goods that maybe they've got excess of or they can buy when they go out shopping. Pet food, we can't forget our friends, our pets.
All donations are collected by the Salvation Army.
Everything that's donated through these giving trees or in Port Augusta actually will go to people in our region.
With coronavirus hitting the hip pocket, they're reminding the community to think about vulnerable people.
Encouraging the community to actually, if you guys want to donate, to please come to the salvos or to those 5 locations where the Christmas trees are and to donate your presents.
Donations close on December 14.
So they can come to Arid Lounge, Wadlata, Central Oval, the library, the cultural centre. There's also going to be a Christmas tree inside the barracks area as well, which they can donate to as well.
Katrina Musson, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stay with us. 3 local councils join forces to grab their share of the tourist dollar. And Black Friday shopping comes to Broken Hill. Hello again. Port Pirie Regional, Northern Areas and Mount Remarkable councils have teamed up to form an alliance. With the Flinders Ranges being touted as the next world-class tourism destination, the trio is looking to grab a share of the benefits.
An alliance between 3 key councils set to create a tourism buzz.
It's been approved through council last night, our Port Pirie Council. The other 2 councils have already approved it. So we're looking to work together with the university study to see what opportunities present.
The study is set to look at the Southern Flinders Ranges $10 million upgrade, jointly funded by federal and state governments. It will investigate the ways surrounding regions such as these councils can further benefit. Tourism will be a key focus, with an international bike trail set to attract travellers from around the globe.
Things that councils do with the infrastructure, but there's lots of things and opportunities that we might have for business operators and tourism operators to go forward in the future.
Meetings between the councils will begin in the near future, and the Mayor says there's no time to waste.
3 councils talking together, it's a really unusual thing. So, together we will form an alliance that will make this area super strong and will actually tie this area.
Shari Hams, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
It was a busy day for traders in Broken Hill, with many local businesses offering specials for Black Friday. It's part of a push to encourage locals to support small businesses rather than shopping online this Christmas.
Braving the warm weather in search of a hot offer. Parking a premium this morning as shoppers rushed to snap up Black Friday specials.
Argent Street is bustling this morning. It's been like this since 8:45. It's fantastic to see.
Many using the opportunity to support local businesses rather than taking their money and spending online.
We definitely should shop locally, yes. People say that, things are dearer here, but you get good wages and things here too.
It's the second year Argent Street's shops have come together for Black Friday.
And basically we all just get together, add all our Black Friday sales into a listing. The radio station does broadcasting all day, so it's a bit of a strength in numbers thing.
Coordinated through the Our Hill Is Not Broken Facebook group, 40 businesses took part this year. And while it's a day known for online specials, shops today were run off their feet.
It is getting bigger. The day always before is a bit quiet, and then we get this mad rush on the Friday and the Saturday.
And for those who haven't made a start on their gift shopping,
we're really hoping the locals get behind us for Christmas this year and help the local businesses.
Lachlan Itter, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Meanwhile, Whyalla businesses have decorated their shop windows with Christmas decorations, joining in on this year's festivities. It's all part of Council's Window Wonderland initiative, helping to bring some much-needed Christmas cheer to the city.
It's the elf pole, Kaz's Helium Shop window, just one of 13 businesses, all part of this year's pilot program.
I had 3 little kids sitting outside the shop the other day on the pavement, just looking at it all, and they stayed for ages, just giggling, and it was just beautiful.
This window taking 2 weeks to put together, with Karen taking advantage of council funding to outsource the interactive backdrop. Locals can now come and stick their face in the hole and take a photo with the elves.
I had a local artist called Matt Malley that helped with the backdrop and done a beautiful job.
It's amazing how community can engage community to get together and create something so wonderful.
Council encouraging locals to drive around the city in search of the festive shop windows after watching the digital pageant online tomorrow afternoon.
I am super excited not to have to go out into the hot weather, which is fabulous, and I can watch it from my own home, so I'm absolutely going to participate in that.
A full list of businesses involved is featured on Council's website. Sophia Contagonis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. Broken Hill children enjoy a day at the fair, and Alex will have the weekend weather details. Welcome back. A-grade cricket won't be played in Broken Hill this weekend, with all games called off due to the 44-degree forecast. League rules state play must not go ahead if the forecast temperature is above 43. Women's games will still go ahead, with the match between North and West currently underway. Central and South will play in cooler temperatures on Sunday. To the weather now, and as you heard earlier, today was an absolute scorcher. Here's Alex Sykes with all the details.
That's right, Ruby. Our region has definitely sweltered through some very hot conditions. From 3 p.m. today, the mercury tipped 43 in Whyalla and Port Pirie, while in Broken Hill it reached 41 degrees. Across the rest of our region now, Cooper Pedy tipped 42, Port Augusta reached 43, Kadina 42, Woodner 44, cooler in Port Lincoln reaching 30 degrees, very hot and mostly sunny in Adelaide, getting to 38 there. To the satellite image now, skies are clear across the state due to high pressure and a dry and increasingly hot air mass. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Winds north to northeasterly 10 to 15 knots, seas below 1 metre, swell south to southwesterly between 1.5 and 2.5 metres. Port Lincoln shower 2, a top of 26 degrees, possible shower developing in Cleve 33, Woodner partly cloudy 37. Whyalla very hot and windy 41, Port Augusta set to hit 46 degrees, Kadina a shower 2, a top of 37. Port Pirie 43, Clare very hot, possible shower 43 degrees, and Broken Hill is bracing for 44 degrees tomorrow. That'll beat its hottest day on record since 2009. Taking a look further through the week now, and Sunday will welcome some relief from those extreme conditions. Cooper Pedy 33, Broken Hill 30, much cooler in Port Lincoln 21, Kadina and Adelaide partly cloudy and both 24. Partly cloudy conditions across most of the region on Monday, Broken Hill 37, Woodner possible showers 36 degrees, partly cloudy in Port Pirie also set to reach 36 degrees, similar conditions in Port Lincoln 25, while on Tuesday we'll see rain across most parts, windy and 29 in Cooper Pedy, 28 in Port Pirie, Whyalla and Adelaide, and 24 in Woodner. And as Nathan mentioned earlier in the bulletin tonight, 9 districts have declared total fire bans tomorrow as the harsh conditions continue. Stay safe and cool over the weekend, everyone. That's all the weather from me tonight. It's back to you.
Great, thanks for that, Alex. And that's the local news for tonight and the week. Thanks for joining us. I'll have updates later. Until then, have a great weekend. Good night.